And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome everyone to the NBA D8.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Lillard, and he banks in the layup. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. George against McCollum. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Well, that's the wingspan of Paul George. He is so good at bothering shooters with that length.
And finished off by Leonard.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Zubac. And stolen by Lillard. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Leonard with the steal. Batum against Covington. Batum passes to George. Offline with his 3.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's Covington, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Now here's Zubac. George with no one around. Drops in the tray.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. McCollum up top, defended by George. In low, back to McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Patterson. And now Portland on the break. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Left side, George. And George with the stuff.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Covington wide open. He fires. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
McCollum against George. Takes it out to Covington. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Both teams will make substitutions. Los Angeles leading by 9. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. George, no good. For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Powell for 3. Morris with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mann. It's blocked.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Here's Mann. To the paint. Here's Patterson. Pass to Mann. Over Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 6. Powell kicks to Anthony. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, a strong finish there by Melo. He just powers it right past the D.
Now here's Rondo. Defense right on him. Lays it up off the glass.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at the 5 down low. And Jones slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Outside for Rondo. Now the pass to Oturu. Now here's Rondo. Guarded closer. Portland grabs the miss. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And it's Anthony with the jam.
How about that? He made no mistake on that one.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Rondo passes to Oturu. Outside for Rondo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Here's the 3. Jones in the post. He's covered by Rondo. They shoot again. Simons controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
So both teams changing it up here.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Outside for Batum. But they recover it. Back to Zubac. Good D by Covington.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Now here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubac has got his second basket of the night.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Nurkic has got the lead up to 1 now for Portland. Leonard inside. Anthony on him. Leonard with no one around. Rebounded by Anthony.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
1:15 left in the first half of the game. McCollum kicks to Anthony. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. And George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. George fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball. McCollum no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Leonard. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes to Lillard. Gets it off, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. Thank you, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends of the floor. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And McCollum with the block. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with no one around. His 3-pointers off the mark. And Los Angeles guys shooting in this game, 45%. Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Clippers. Lillard scanning the floor. Feeds it to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubats has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jones against Morris. Shot clock at 5. McCollum passes to Jones. Good work defensively by Morris.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Nurkic with the block. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Here's Simons. And with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. And George, here we go. The second effort. No good that time. Good D by McCollum.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubats. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for George. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Powell. Here's Cantor. The Clippers grab the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Mann. And McCollum with the block. Kennard against Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. 1:57 left to play in the third. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
The feed to Patterson. And it's in there. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
It's McCollum with the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, call him a combo guard, 2, whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost. And when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Here's Rondo. The layup missed. The Trailblazers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. A nice shot by Simons.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The drive by Rondo uses the glass to finish the layup. Rondo's got 7 points.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Pass to Carmelo. He kicks it to Cantor. McCollum outside. Good, nice job down low. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
For Portland, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside for the lead. And the layup is up and in. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Portland out in front. They're up by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac's. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And yes, it's good. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Lillard against Jackson, and Lillard throws it down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, kicks it out to Lillard. Off target with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And foul called. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Lillard outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And George, here we go. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Portland trailing here. Lillard outside. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Guarded by Jackson. Tips it up, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Wow, the maturation of Enes Kanter, so fun to watch. The comfortability in a big-time moment, love it.
And George, here we go. And it goes down 2 points.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Jackson against Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Clippers have gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Defended by George. Pass to Canner. They get it back. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Canner. It's Jones on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
The pass to Zubac. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. It's a one-point game. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
The Clippers again turning it over. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Lillard outside. He dishes it to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Shoots. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Leonard. Got it!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by one. Just 2 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
To win it. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Coming right up, welcome everybody to another presentation of the... Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now Lillard. Jeff Green missing from long range. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Now Harden. Lays it up and banks it in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Lillard. James Harden picking up that last basket. Powell kicks to Covington. 6 to shoot. Powell inside. Guarded by Harris. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Irving against McCollum. A nice shot by Irving.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
The shot by Lillard wide open. No good from outside. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Harden laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick and roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch and shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here is Harden following the score by Damian Lillard. Jordan the pass to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. It's Harden with the drive. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 4. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Powell the pass to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. Covington against Green. Knocked loose.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
1:03 left to play in the first. Outside Irving. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Lillard attacking. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the first. Harden kicks to Irving. Launches it. Drills the 3-pointer. Irving's got 7 points.
Trying to find that consistency from distance. That's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Here is Lillard. 8 points for him. And then Lillard slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here is Harden, leading by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
McCollum deciding where to go with it with 2 seconds left. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
They've got Anthony. He's out there with Derek Jones. McCollum is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at point guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Now here's Griffin, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Pass to Claxton, back to Irving. And it's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Kanter aware defensively to get to that one.
Kicks it out to Jones. No good with the triple. Brooklyn leading by 7. And there's the pass to Claxton. 2 points. That one goes. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Simons surveying the D. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Irving. He's got 7. The 3. And Kanter pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jones dishes to Anthony. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Kanter. Brown outside. Passes it to Aldridge. Now Griffin, defended by Jones. Griffin attacking. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Griffin showing the total package now, lightning quick on his way to the hole.
Trailblazers trail by 9. McCollum outside. And it's good. 2 points. McCollum's got his first points of the game.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Jones, no one around him. Misses off the right iron. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Irving with it. Kanter covering. Here's Claxton, and Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Then for the Nets, Joe Harris is checked in for Griffin. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Now the feed to Aldridge, taken away by Anthony. Here's the break. Jones, the pass to Kanter. Bucket is good.
This is a guy who plays with a high motor and who enjoys contact. Kanter feasting inside.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Out to Harris. Over Jones. He can't get it to go. And it's Portland the other way. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Simons. Clock at 4. Tries again. Cantor, the pass to Simons. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Back to Brown. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Stolen. He's all alone. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
34 seconds left in the first half. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw. 16 seconds left now here in the second. Lillard from outside. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Irving passes to Luau. Lets the 3 fly. Not going to go that time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Nets lead by 4. And now we'll send it. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted its share of critics. They say flops, travels, and they're bad.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 2. He gets that one. 9 points for Kyrie Irving. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
And too long on the shot.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
The tray. Rebounded by the Nets. Harris, right side. The pass to Irving. From outside the arc. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight. Like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Pass to Powell. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Lillard. That shot is off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 7. Passes it to Lillard. 3-pointer. Lillard again missing.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Here's McCollum. Pass to Powell. Feeds to Nurkic. Back to Powell. From deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Up again, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Portland's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And that one's good. Lillard.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
McCollum against Harden. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Johnson down low. He feeds it to Brown. That one falls coming off Johnson's feed. And the Nets lead by 11.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Powell kicks to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Covington. Over Claxton. Covington's shot is off. Nets leading by 11. Here's Claxton. Good work there as it goes.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Johnson down low. The pass to Claxton. Down low, Aldridge draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in.
Interesting to see how LaMarcus Aldridge has embraced more and more of a leadership role with this team. He knows he has what it takes to guide this team to higher heights. All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Johnson outside. Pass to Griffin. Rob. Here's Powell. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Can't connect.
How about Melo? Some good defense down there on the other end, putting in the effort.
And so it's Brooklyn. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. They've led by as many as 14 points. We've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Outside, Jones. Kicks it to Carmelo. Lillard left side. Just 3 to shoot. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Shot clock winding down there, and Lillard making a confident move. You saw the outcome.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Irving with the ball. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Aldridge, no luck. Trailblazers trail by 10. The feed to Powell. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists tonight.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Irving against Lillard. The shot's good from Irving. And the Nets lead by 10.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Lillard against Irving. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And James Harden has subbed in for Irving. Aldridge taking his time here. Dishes to Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Greg, is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
And the Nets miss again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Powell finds McCollum.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Harden against Lillard. Now, here is Harden. He's covered closely. Here's Claxton. Kicks it out to Harden. And Covington sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
McCollum against Irving. Outside Jordan. He kicks to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the three-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Harden against Lillard. Harden outside, and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
Passes it to McCollum. He can't get that one to fall. Jordan with some nice D for 3. No good on that one. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... But traffic in New York City make... Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the four. And for Brooklyn, they've got Green. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
Now, here is Harden. In the corner, it's Harris. And it's off from three-point range. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Back to Jackson. Outside for Batum. Over Harris. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Harris. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
And it's sent back by Irving. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 for the... Oh, what a play!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Now here's Leonard. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Harden.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
That was great anticipation on the steal. A gamble that paid off.
And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Paul George with the steal. Here's Batum. Finished off the break.
A terrific ball thief. PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Now here's Green. Pass to Irving. Back to Green. And Green slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Marcus Aldridge has checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for Harris.
You know, when you talk to Kyrie, smart guy, cerebral guy, thinks about the game at the highest level.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Here's Claxton. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Morris with the bucket.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Harden against Rondo. Harden kicks to Aldridge. Count that one.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Leaps for it. It's stolen by Brown. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. The drive by Rondo over Harden. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
What precision from Rondo. Even when he gets knocked around, he keeps his focus and nails the shot.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Here's Patterson, puts the move on. He takes it up and lays it in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Harden. He's got 6. 40 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's Kennard, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
And stolen by Patterson. 3-on-3. Three-pointer. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Nets leading by 5. Outside Irving. The kick out to Brown. A shot by Harden, wide open. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Marcus Morris is out there with Kennard. Then there's Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Rondo. Patterson finds Rondo. Back to Patterson. Just 5 to shoot. Irving against Kennard. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for James Harden. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Irving passes to Aldridge. Irving looking for an opening. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. George with the bucket. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Johnson in for Irving.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's George following the bucket by the Nets. Griffin with it. No points in the game yet for him. Luwawu. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Now Jackson.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Here's Johnson following the score by Reggie Jackson. The shot, no good. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Leonard with no one around. No good on the 3. Nets leading by 7. Here's Luwawu. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Nobody near George. Nailed from three-point land. George has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Clippers. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets.
great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Johnson up top, guarded by Jackson. Johnson dishes to Jordan. Griffin against Leonard. Griffin can't get it to go in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The Nets with the lead. Pass to Johnson. Back to Griffin. It's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. It's good. This game is all even. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
And it's Johnson penetrating. Outside for Griffin. Inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Now here's Jackson. Outside for George. A 3 from Leonard. He's off on that one.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pulls up. The shot's good from Griffin. And now a 4-point Nets lead.
Blake got out and ran in transition, made it look so easy.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Leonard gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Luwawu, defended by George. Stolen by George. And now the Clippers on the break. And there it is for him. Jackson's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
So a tie game here. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 10 points, 3 assists. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
They've got Griffin. Harden out there with Luwawu. Then it's Jordan. And it's Claxton in a power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Put it up anywhere. DeAndre Jordan can go get it.
And here's Los Angeles. A 2-point game. George looking around. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Luwawu gets it to go. Luwawu's got 5 points so far.
And now you're starting to see them just turn up the tempo a little bit.
George from deep three-point land. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
That doesn't go either for George. Nets leading by 4. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Hit his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here is Harden. He's got 10. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now here's Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Batum wide open. He fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Batum's got his second basket of the game.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
It's Harden with the drive. Now the pass to Luwawu. Harden outside. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Outside, George. They get it again. Batum goes back up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Joe Harris is checked in for Griffin. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. Now here's Harden. He's got 14. Pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Irving against George. Clock at 6. Morris outside for the tie. Los Angeles with another miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Paul George. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Now Irving, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Irving passes to Jordan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now here's Rondo. And there's the pass to Patterson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Harden dishes to Irving. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Some changes for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. And here is Irving. He's got 7. Count it. Irving's got 9 points.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Off target with his 3. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. The shot's good from Kennard.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Now, here is Irving. Makes it off the glass. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's the Nets up 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Patterson in at the center. Outside Irving. Green kicks to Brown. They kick it out to Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Leonard to take the lead. Another shot. And Morris with the lay-in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
To the middle, here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
It's rebounded by Leonard. LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Irving attacking. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Back to Harris. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Irving's shot is good.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Morris finds Jackson. Back to Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morris has got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter, and the shot goes down.
When the lights are at its brightest, Kyrie loves coming through.
On the wing, Morris takes the 3, but he stays with it. There's the triple. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
A nice shot by Irving.
For a guy who is 6'3", Kyrie shows us he has great confidence playing inside.
Kennard against Brown. Kennard's shot is off. The Nets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. The kick out to Brown. Back to Green. And it's Harris off the drive. The 19-foot shot. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Understanding the importance of momentum here, LaMarcus takes matters into his own hands.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump. And it's not going well.
And there's the feed to Brown. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Jackson. And foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
At the line for your next.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Irving. Pass to Aldridge. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving misses.
looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
Patterson can't get it to go. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
From deep three-point range, and the miss. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. What a show they put out here at home.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of DA.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Kennard in at the 2. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center. McCollum, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Outside, George takes it from 10. Rebound by Nurkic. And Portland with the ball. The pass to Lillard. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Leonard. Count the basket.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to McCollum. Kicks to Powell. 4 on the clock. Here's Nurkic. There's the dish to Powell. Back to Nurkic. This one for 3. The shot by Powell, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kennard with the ball. Now Covington defending. And George, here we go, lays it up off the glass.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Portland no good that time either. Clippers leading by 4. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 6.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Powell against Leonard. Now here's Powell. Defense is right there. Here's Nurkic. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. That one goes in. He's got 8.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, you got to admire how aggressive Lillard is. Terrific at finding a way to get to the charity stripe.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Patterson passes to Rondo. Back to Patterson. And it's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort. Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Mann. Morris into the lane. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist by Cantor.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Fires for three. Here's Cantor. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, we've got Anthony. He's out there with Derek Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the two guard.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Portland with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. They get it back. Kanter kicks to Anthony. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. To the right side. Jackson dishes to Patterson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Anthony taking his time here. Passes it to Lillard. And stolen by Patterson. To the paint. And the wide open shot from Morris. The three-pointer off the mark.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Kanter. Anthony left side. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's McCollum. Paul George making his last shot. McCollum passes to Covington, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 5. And here's George for 3. The shot missing. Now Portland takes it the other way. McCollum against George. McCollum no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
George against McCollum. Outside Covington. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart, and he's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Right side George. He dishes it to Batum. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The length Batum has allowing him to be effective. It's hard to match up against these type of situations.
Anthony against Leonard. Anthony drives in. He kicks to Nurkic. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 7. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Kennard finds Batum. And here's Leonard from 3.
He's been unable to keep it going after that hot start.
Outside for George. Buries it from 3-point range. And it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
McCollum against George. McCollum trying to get open. Nurkic can't hit. Clippers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And Leonard gets it to go.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's McCollum. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
It's Powell on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a small.
And so it's Los Angeles looking at a 13-point lead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1 assist. And that's a wrap.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Coffey in at the 3, the small forward. Lillard outside. The pass to Nurkic. And the layup's good off the glass.
Sometimes it's impossible to contain Nurkic. At his height and weight, he's great at finishing through contact.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Kennard against McCollum. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Out to Morris. Takes a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Rondo. No good with the layup.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Here's Powell. And the lead is down inside single digits. Powell's got 5.
Rock solid start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room. Coffee passes to Kennard. Off target from the baseline. Trailblazers trail by 9. And here we go. The shot by Powell, no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And here's Morris for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yo, it would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. You got to keep the pressure on.
To the inside. Stolen by Cantor. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. Portland, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of All-Star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Powell. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes,
reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Lillard surveying the D. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Lillard outside. Out to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Up and in on the layup. Anthony's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Zubats. Count that one. Zubats has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
No, just too big of a threat down there. I mean, he has a number of go-to moves at his disposal.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. 3-pointer Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 8 rebounds in this game. Leonard inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Deep 2 from Anthony. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. McCollum left side. From 13. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. McCollum's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Portland. On the wing, George. For the 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Lillard attacking. Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
George from deep three-point land. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Trailing here by 8. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So it'll be C.J. McCollum shooting. That's on Patrick Patterson. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in.
Even though he's undersized, McCollum is just a tenacious scorer. He's a confident shooter that can catch fire quickly.
George with the bucket.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D is struggling to keep up.
George against Lillard. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Here's George. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. Dishes it to McCollum. The feed now to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Over Jackson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. George against Lillard. George passes to Jackson. George looking around. Fires from deep. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Here's Lillard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Outside Leonard. To the paint. Here's George. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Covington in the corner. Back to Nurkic. 4 on the shot clock. And here's McCollum for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. McCollum's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Now Leonard. There's the dish to George. A 3 ball. Powell pulls it in. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard from outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. And it's George missing. And Portland with the ball.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Oh, yeah, a little room for error now. We'll see what they run.
From deep. kept alive, and Batum kicks to Jackson. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Got it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
George passes to Batum. Back to George. Clippers moving the ball around. On the wing, Batum. Right side, George. Fires the 3. It's not going to go for him. Here's Lillard. So the Clippers with the win. A narrow win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. The traffic in New York City. And is that...
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Green is out there with Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3. Now here's Covington. The 3 from McCollum. Offensive rebound. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. 5 to shoot. The rebound by Jeff Green. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. Irving. And Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career.
Portland again missing. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams, emphatic. about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
So the Portland Trailblazers...
Oh, man. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Lillard outside. Launches a three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lillard against Harden. Inside. Jordan kicks to Harden. Jordan. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Harris.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And that one's good, Irving.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Now, here's Lillard, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Harden. Here's Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is underestimated strength.
McCollum with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. In transition, here come the Nets. And a wide open look for Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 1. In transition, here come the Nets. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden. He has 6.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland no good that time either.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Lillard finds Nurkic. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Irving against McCollum. Irving dishes to Jordan. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard attacking. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Here's Harden, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Griffin's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Aldridge inside. He's covered by Cantor. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Nets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Cantor kicks to Anthony. Back to Cantor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front. They lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Back to Anthony. Fires from the corner. And Portland again with the bucket.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Harden scanning the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's McCollum. James Harden picking up that last basket. There's the pass to Simons. Outside, Jones. Goes back up. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Kicks it out to Harden. Sweet move. And he lays it up and in. And it's a 5-point Nets lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Greg, LaMarcus Aldridge taking more three-pointers last season, easily passing his career highs in attempts with almost 3 a game.
And Aldridge shot a very respectable percentage from outside. In order to play heavy minutes at the 4, you need to be able to shoot. Good to see Aldridge still adding new wrinkles to his game.
Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He's got 11. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Brooklyn leading by 7. And Harden with the stuff.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. Outside Anthony. To halt the run. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's stolen by Anthony. And now here comes Jones leading the break. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Harden draws the double. It's Aldridge high post. Just 5 on the clock. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Boy, at 6'11", Aldridge makes this look really easy. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's over.
51 seconds left here in the second. The 3. They get the rebound. Here's Kanter. That one falls. Cantor's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Harden kicks to Aldridge. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Aldridge has got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Cullen passes to Simons. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Here's Aldridge. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 steals. And that'll do it for...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
They've got Griffin. Luwawu is out there with Irving. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's McCollum. The 3 ball. Hands it from downtown. McCollum's got 8. Well, the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's Lillard following the basket by Blake Griffin. Lillard with it. Basket good. 9 points in the game so far.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Lillard against Irving. Pass to Aldridge. Now here's Irving. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Irving. Shoots over Lillard. Misses off the left iron.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Powell kicks to Covington. Nurkic in the post. Aldridge on him. And Nurkic gets it to go.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Nets leading by 6. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Irving misses. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. The 3 from McCollum, and the 3 ball is good. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Irving against Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 14.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
Lillard outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 14. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Blake Griffin. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor, he checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Portland shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
And on the way from Irving for 3, and it's Portland with the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Irving against Lillard. And it's sent back by Irving.
Irving bringing a little more intensity to the defensive end there, using his speed to get ahead of that shot.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
Lillard outside. And the call. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here is Harris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. On its way from Irving for 2. Offensive rebound. Short. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter.
You know, overall now, in terms of defensive strategy, sending Jordan to the line is not as effective as it used to be. He's improved as a free throw shooter. They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And here's McCollum. He's got 11. To the wing on the left. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by McCollum. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Anthony. He's out there with Norman Powell. Enes Kanter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot. Now here's Anthony after the miss from Damian Lillard. Anthony, the pass to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, I tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Harden against Lillard. Here's Claxton. Feeds it to Harden. He gets it in there.
And you know, the thing about Harden, crafty in the paint, he really finds angles and avenues to get the shots he wants when you don't think there's any angle or avenue to find.
Now, here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Simons surveying the D. Powell the pass to Simons. And that one is good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Blazers?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Simons. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Anthony's got the lead back up to 6 now for Portland. Harden against Lillard. To the middle. Claxton the pass to Harden. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Now here's Lillard. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Lillard against Harden. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 21.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Here's Simons. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Passes it to Powell. Back to Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Powell inside. Guarded by Harris. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 4. Count the basket and the foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The putback, good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now here's Lillard. Floats one up. It's good.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediate.
Back to Irving. From deep three-point range, Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. The drive by Nurkic. And here's McCollum for 3. It's good on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
So the Trailblazers win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And you've got it on 2K. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
So the Nets starting 5. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Green in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Green.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Outside, George. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. And both teams, Doris, battling injuries.
Kevin, we have seen that when someone is injured, that means an opportunity for a bench player to show what they have. And the coaching staff maybe has to get a little bit more creative than usual.
Here's George following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And George gets it to go.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
It's Harden with the drive and Harden with the stuff.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 6. Yep, that one goes in there.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. George, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Now George, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
From deep, George, good on the triple. George has got 8 points.
Yeah, Paul George, a tremendous jump shooter. Squares up, knocks it down. The defense has got to be better.
Here's Harden. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
George, no good.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Irving finds Harden. And the jam by Harden.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now, here's Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Los Angeles shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Marcus Aldridge has checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Now here's Irving. Harris passes to Brown. Clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Zubac. Morris, left side. From deep. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 7. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Rondo penetrating. Feeds to Patterson. Harris against Morris. It's stolen by Brown. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Claxton. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Morris against Harris. Morris kicks to Kennard. From deep. And it's Irving with the rebound. This one for 3. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Luke Kennard out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. Aldridge finds Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Irving looking for an opening. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Clippers trail by 8. Rondo on top. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Over to the wing. Man passes to Patterson. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Some solid defense from Aldridge. Out to the wing. Back to Brown. Griffin against Kennard. The putback. No good there. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Mann. Offline with his 3. And here's Aldridge. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Here's Claxton. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Down low, Claxton powered down with both hands.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
The shot by George, wide open. From outside, off the mark. Nets leading by 11. Brown feeling it out a bit. George against Harden. Passes to Claxton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Jordan.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The 3 from George. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Batum dishes to George. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. That one doesn't drop.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Clippers trail by 12. Jackson kicks to Batum. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Nets. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Brown drives in, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
And George gets it to go.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Outside Jordan. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
George looking around. Misses the 3. Here's Brown.
Well, that's the wingspan of Paul George.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 18 points and 1 assist. And
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan, Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the 3. Here's Griffin, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Clippers trail by 10. Outside, George. A three-pointer, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Brown the pass to Griffin. And the shot goes in. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here's George for 3. Drains the three-pointer. George has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Los Angeles. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And the pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
And here's George for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Jackson with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Jackson. And here's Harden. 18 points for him. Brown outside. And finished off by Brown.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
In transition, here come the Nets. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Harden. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And Irving subbed in for Brown.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's Rondo after Jeff Green's bucket. Rondo with it. He's picked up by Irving. Here's Mann. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets leading by 16. The pull-up. That one wide left. Here's Rondo, and he banks in the layup. Rondo's got his first points in this one.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Aldridge dishes to Irving. Back to Aldridge. Shot clock at 5. Kicks to Irving. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Irving's got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Rondo. And a miss there on the triple. Nets have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Harris passes to Aldridge. Back to Harris. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball. When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Irving against Rondo. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
George with the bucket.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
And on the way from Irving for three, it falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Boy, Kyrie Irving shoots it with such extraordinary confidence regardless of where he is on the court. This guy is one of the most dynamic scorers in the league.
Count that one.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
On the wing, Irving. Outside, Green. Corner shot. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patterson in at center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Great positioning on the putback. Patterson's got the fourth quarter started here with buckets for Los Angeles.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Nobody near Leonard. Off target from outside.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Irving with a clean look. Claxton. He is hauled in by Paul George. Clippers trail by 15. From deep. And that's good. Kawhi Leonard for three. Leonard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. Oh, the power on that throwdown!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
The three from George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Fires from deep. Unable to get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Irving from long range. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Out to Morris. Outside, George. Three-pointer. And it's Irving with the rebound. Irving's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Harris from the arc. Green passes to Claxton. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 5th rebound in this one. The three from George. Connects from three-point range. George has got 6 in the quarter.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from George. George against Harden. The rebound by Paul George. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run. For the three. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Right side, Green. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. On the wing, Irving. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score. You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Now, here is Irving. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
George, no good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
The quick look, no good that time. And here's Brooklyn. 6-point game. Poked away. Paul George with the steal.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap